Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video will be a bit different but fully worth your attention. Recently I was reading more stuff about sleep and got to the point that me and many of us actually underestimate the importance of it. So I would like to start with the most asked question about it, which is, can we train ourselves to get by on less sleep by reducing those sleeping hours that our body needs? I was asking myself so many times and even tried to reduce the sleeping hours, but it never worked out for me. And here is what the scientists are saying. The genetics are the one who decide how many hours of sleep each of us needs in order to maintain the body in a good condition. In average, we are talking about 7 to 8 hours in a day. Of course, with age, this number can slightly change. And all the efforts that we are making to reduce our sleeping hours, from refreshing the environment where we sleep or eating clean, it has just small impact on our sleep because the biggest impact has our genetics. From my experience, even when I go back home for a vacation or I travel somewhere else for vacation, my body wakes up naturally after 7 hours without setting any alarm. Sometimes I'm like, God, I wish I could wake up later and have a longer sleep. So I guess I'm in that average of sleep need, which is 7 to 8 hours. There is less than 1% of people in this world that need very few hours of sleep to get well recovered and operate properly, which is 4 to 6 hours. Only 4 to 6 hours, but that's just one person out of 100, and that's very rare ability to have. Question number 2, what's happening if we force ourselves to sleep less? Can we make our body get used to it? Sadly, no. Obviously, there are side effects when it comes to lack of sleep, the short term being low immunity, lack of focus, and on the long term, of course, it's early aging. The body literally gets depreciated and old. These side effects, everyone faces it without any exception. No matter how strong is your health, don't challenge it and don't throw it to, the corner. And also, if there are people that are having chronic disease, lack of sleep will just make them feel worse. Coming back to the reality, in real life, everyone is not having always enough hours of sleep. So what happens? In the weekdays, there is always a deficiency of sleep. In the weekends, there is a compensation. Sleep specialists are recommending not to escalate more than 2 hours of sleep between the days when we want to compensate the sleep and the days when we normally don't get enough sleep. They compare it to changing the time zone, and many people, they feel the side effects exactly same way as if they would change the time zone while traveling. Let's say, for example, you go to sleep at 12 a.m. in the night and wake up on daily basis at 6:30 a.m. So you don't get enough sleep every single day. On the weekends though, of course you wanna chill, rest, recover, maybe even party. So let's say you go to bed at 2 a.m. and wake up at 10:30 a.m. or 11 a.m. And let's say you have rested, you have slept those needed hours, but still you don't feel like recovered. This is what the sleep specialists call Monday syndrome. When on Sunday you can't go to bed at 12 a.m. as you usually do because you overslept on the weekend, thinking that you're gonna compensate the missing sleep, but still on Monday you have to get up at 6:30 a.m. So in this case, what happens? An instant stress for body. Apart from the stress that you get from work, you also get it because of lack of sleep. To avoid this, just make sure that in the weekends when you are oversleeping, try to go to bed not at 2 a.m. but like 1 a.m. or 12 a.m. so that at least on Sunday you'll be able to sleep earlier and then come back easier to your weekly routine. Don't forget that our body operates according to biological rhythms, and the body clock keeps the body processes according to schedule. Also, it's strongly related to a day and night. Like when the sun is going down, the body gets ready for sleep. When the sun is rising, we should rise along with it. So in the end, the question is, what's the best time to go to bed? The sleep specialists are saying that you should be the one who decides on when to go to bed by learning how your body operates. Let's say if you're the type that goes to bed very late and wakes up very late, also because your type is more productive during the night, then it's totally fine. You can go for it as long as it's on a regular basis, then you are fine. Personally, I am more productive early mornings. Even when I was studying in the university, I used to go to bed at 9 p.m. and wake up at 5 a.m. to study. After 9 p.m., my brain was just not functioning. I couldn't memorize anything. I can't read, I can't work, I can't train. My body is just saying, no, I'm tired, give me a break. So I'm more productive early mornings, I would say. So I guess I'm an early bird. Let me know, guys, in the comments what type you are. I'm really curious how many out there are early birds. I guess it's a blessing for us because I feel like we've got more time to do so many things and finish them before the rest of the world wakes up. Which is great because if you feel like your day is longer and you're able to finish up everything that you have planned. Only early birds know that great feeling of energy, abundance, and the feeling of achievement when doing early morning runs or trainings. Another thing that I consider very, very important to discuss is flights. Maybe many of you have jobs that require flying on a regular basis, or some of you are just flying on only on the vacation like me. So whenever I was flying, the sleep part had a huge impact on my flight experience. Obviously, flying to east is easier, flying to west slightly easier, but still both of them mess up our body clock. And when flying, it's very, very hard to get those 7 to 8 hours of sleep. The sleep specialists recommend taking melatonin a couple days in a row before your flight. I was always skeptical about it, but this is what they recommend. They mention that there are no side effects from it, and more than that, you will not become melatonin dependent. Another important thing to do is to get your sleep before flight. I'm pretty much sure that you didn't get it so many times by saying, oh, it's fine, I will sleep on plane. Never fly being tired. This will have a huge negative impact on the way your body will adapt to a new environment. So if there is any chance or option that you can choose of flying early morning or late evening, then the best of course will be flying in the morning after having your sleep during the whole night. Next, on the flight, try to not overeat. For the body, it's very, very hard to digest the food while being on flight. I know that it's very hard to manage, especially if on your flight the staff is feeding you with some tempting food, but try to go for light snacks like fruits or salads. Drink a lot of water, no champagne, no wine, but just water, a lot of water. Before your flight, drink water during the flight and after the flight. Drink more and eat less. These are basically the main things that I wanted to share with you, and I consider them very, very important to be pointed. I guess many of you found out something new and useful, and if you guys have more questions about sleep or there is something else that you would love to know, please comment below. I will collect your feedback and maybe I will make the parts 2 for this subject. But for now, give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!